Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life, and I'm continuing my top 10 list, finishing up the 1980s. The next top 10 is my top 10 movies of 1987, and as always, before I get to the top 10, I have some honorable mentions, and they are uh, The Princess Bride, Overboard, Black Widow, The Principal, Some Kind of Wonderful, Over the Top, Creepshow 2, Back to the Beach, Evil Dead 2, and Monster Squad. All great movies, just couldn't make my top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 is number 10, and that's Three Men and a Baby. I love this movie. The sequel was okay, but this is fantastic. You have Steve Guttenberg, Tom Selleck, and um, Ted Danson, who are three single guys who have a great, big, expensive apartment. And one day their lives are turned upside down because a baby is left on their doorstep, claiming to be the baby of their roommate, played by Ted Danson. And so while Danson's off shooting a movie, those two are stuck caring for the baby. One's in he's an architect, Selleck is, and Gutenberg is uh, draw, an artist, drawer, whatnot. And so they have an hysterical time trying to take care of this baby. It's a lot of fun. The comedy is on point. The writing's great. And there was some controversy around this movie about whether or not a ghost appears during the movie. So definitely check out that about the movie as well. But Three Men and a Baby is hilarious, and yeah, deserves a top spot in my top 10. Number 9 is Beverly Hills Cop Part 2. I love this sequel. This is another great sequel to a great movie. And this again follows Axel Foley, who's a Detroit police officer. This time he is uh, headed to California because his friend, Captain Bogomil, was gunned down. And so he goes out to California to help his friends, Taggart and Rosewood, and help him to solve this attempted murder. At the same time, they have to solve this alphabet bandit and their crimes, because they're pulling off crimes starting with the letter A and going all the way up. The letter B, of course, was for Bogomil, who was shot. And then from there, they just take off, and he's out there to help them solve this case. Although technically Rosewood and Taggart are not on the case, Axel's not going to give up until they capture who did that. And it's a great, great action comedy, and I love this movie. It's fantastic. So definitely check it out. Number 8 is Dirty Dancing. Yes, I love Dirty Dancing. It's got a great soundtrack, great characters. It's got some badass dancing in it. If I can only imagine, I would love to try and learn that, or at least I would have back in the day. This is a fantastic movie, and I carried a watermelon. I love that part. But this is a lot of fun, the dancing and everything, and Patrick Swayze uh, is phenomenal. Nobody puts baby in the corner. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. If you haven't seen the movie, definitely check it out. Uh, my sister used to watch this all the time. Of course, when I was a little kid, I was like, yeah, it's a bunch of hooey, but yeah, I love this movie. It's a lot of fun, and it's just a good time. Coming number 7 is Wall Street. Excellent movie. Number 6 is Stakeout. Stakeout is a buddy cop movie. You have Richard Dreyfuss and Amelia Estevez, and who are detectives. They are put on a stakeout to watch a house. Um, the woman's ex is a known killer who escapes prison, and they believe he is heading towards Seattle to get in contact with her. So they're watching the house, and all the while they are watching the house, there are two other detectives that uh, they take shifts, 12-hour shifts, and they're constantly pulling pranks on one another. It's a lot of fun. To me, this is one of Dreyfuss's best performances, and of course, I love Emilio Estevez, of course. But this is a great buddy cop movie. It did spawn a sequel, which was okay, but the original one is fantastic, and definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Number 5 is Predator. Predator is a badass science fiction action movie. If you haven't seen Predator, then you haven't lived. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, um, Jesse the Body Ventura, Sonny Langham, and a great cast of mercenaries who are looking for a chopper that went down, and they're looking for any survivors of the accident or chopper being gone missing. And they eventually run into an alien or predator, and the predator is hunting them one by one. And from there, it's just badass. It spawned many sequels, and we just got another movie last year. And I love the Predator franchise. The first one, of course, is the best in the franchise, but I do like the other movies, with the exception of Alien versus Predator Requiem. That is just a piece of garbage. But outside of that, the franchise is pretty solid. Coming number 4 is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yes, we have a Thanksgiving movie. We have Steve Martin and John Candy, um, who are trying to get home for Thanksgiving. And along the way, they keep meeting up on different ways of transportation, on a plane, train, automobile. And it's just hysterical. It's a great road trip comedy, and it's a lot of fun. It's what I watch every Thanksgiving. Uh, the scene in their first hotel room, their first night, is hysterical. I'm not going to give it away, but definitely check this movie out. If you're looking for a Thanksgiving movie, this is the one to watch. Coming number 3 is the greatest vampire movie of all time, in my opinion, and that is The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys, Jason Patrick, um, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Diana Weiss, Kiefer Sutherland, um, Alex Winter. You got a great cast, and they're in California. They just moved there after their divorce, and she has 2 boys who one becomes mixed up with actual vampires, and people are going missing, and a lot of local people can't figure it out. But the grandpa has the best line in this movie at the end of the movie. It's fantastic. I'm not going to spoil it, but this movie is a great time. It did spawn 2 of the movies direct to DVDs, which were just they were just one and dones for me. If they were going to make another movie, they should have made a proper sequel. But nonetheless, The Lost Boys is my favorite vampire movie of all time, and it is the best, in my opinion. Number 2 is Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is phenomenal. It's about, of course, the Vietnam War, but it starts off in basic training with a lot of new cadets, and you have R. Lee Ermey as the drill sergeant, and he is fantastic. He got a lot of recognition for this role. In my opinion, he should have been at least nominated for an Oscar. He is freaking fantastic in this movie, and albeit he's not the lead actor in this movie, he is a big part of this movie, and he steals this movie, in my opinion. I do love the other characters as they come along, and this is considered to be one of the best war movies of all time. It is one of my favorites of all time. A Full Metal Jacket is a crazy movie, but at the same time, It is just fantastic. Definitely check out Full Metal Jacket. And my number one movie of 1987 is the Christmas movie Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, you have Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, who become new partners. Um, Gibson's character, Riggs, is a loose cannon. After the loss of his wife, he's contemplated suicide multiple times, and he struggles with that. And then you have Murtaugh, played by Danny Glover, who he's a family man, he's got kids, and he is looking to retire. Well, they're trying to find um, this gentleman, played by Gary Sinise, and it is a nonstop action thrill ride. I love this movie. The score is great. The fight scene in the third act between uh, Gibson and Sinise's character is one of the best. And this is just a great movie. And it spawned 3 sequels, which I love. I love this franchise. And it spawned a TV show, which I currently watch on Fox on Tuesday nights, starring Damon Wayans and Sean William Scott. And it's a great TV show, and this is a great movie. So there you have it. That is my top 10 movies of 1987. In the comment section below, as always, give me your top 10 movies of 1987. If you don't have a top 10, then name some of your favorites from that year. And as always, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel. Don't forget to share these videos with all your family and friends as well. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell icon for all new videos coming your way. And stay tuned. I have two more top 10 lists coming your way. Thank you for watching, and check you later.